It helped them cope with post-traumatic stress. So, our Noah was taking it constantly, but anyone familiar with biology knows that such a load requires a price in calories. And eating was a necessity for the Germans. There is a myth that the soldiers of the Wehrmacht ate lobsters in black caviar sauce and washed them down with thousand-year-old cognac. This is not exactly true. Our Noah, like other ordinary soldiers, followed a strict diet. Napoleon once said that the strength of an army lies in its stomach, and the leadership of the Third Reich followed that advice, hiring a bunch of scientists to calculate the proper rations. At the helm was Richard Walter Durr, who didn't quite manage the task. The Germans loved meticulousness, and the diet was calculated down to the gram. In 1940, Noah and his comrades received 2 hot meals and 1 cold meal every day. But this was not the dry ration described in the myths. Mobile divisions of the Wehrmacht were always followed by field kitchens. This is where the soldiers ate 90% of the time. Noah's breakfast was modest: bread with butter, a little marmalade, and, if lucky, some sausage. The plan was for the soldiers to get 1/6 of their daily calorie intake at breakfast. The main meal was lunch, which made up 50% of the daily calorie intake. Lunch consisted of meat, which in 1940 was still acceptable, but a couple of years later, even horse meat would be used. Meat was accompanied by fruits and vegetables, and something sweet, usually condensed milk. Unfortunately, dinner wasn't as good. The policy of the Third Reich was average. The British were eating steaks and the Americans with their candies had it better. It's no wonder that in 1942, the Minister of Industry was fired. As for the famous iron rations, about which so many myths have been told, our Noah only received them in the field or when under fire. The order to open these rations was given by the command if it wasn't possible to set up a field kitchen. The rations were called iron rations and came in 2 categories, half and full. A half ration contained 200 grams of canned meat and 250 grams of crackers. The full iron ration had several variations, mainly depending on the severity of the situation the unit found itself in. If Noah's unit got stuck in combat, the commander would order them to be supplied with the most packed rations, which would include 850 grams of canned goods, 150 grams of peas, and from 20 to 50 grams of coffee. There were no sweets in the rations, even in 1940. The Germans were pragmatic, packing as many calories as possible into the smallest possible weight. However, the taste left much to be desired. Soldiers often survived on sweets sent from home or captured during battle.